The sound wasn't loud, just a soft, breathy laugh, but it sliced through the dark like a blade. That was the first thing I heard when I pushed open the bedroom door a few inches past the point I ever meant to. A laugh that didn't belong to me. A sound she'd told me she didn't make anymore, not since stress had worn her down. My name hovered on my tongue, but shock pinned it there. She stood near the window, phone pressed to her ear, the glow from the street lamp painting her face in a warm, guilty gold. "No, he won't notice, he never does," she whispered. My heart didn't just drop, it splintered. I stepped back before she could see me, the carpet suddenly too soft, too traitorous, muffling every sound except the frantic pulse hammering in my ears. For a full minute I stood there, suspended in a moment that felt stretched and warped, like reality itself was trying to give me time to understand before it crushed me. When she finally hung up, I walked in, pretending I'd just come upstairs. "Couldn't sleep," I said, voice raw. She smiled, small, tired, familiar, and for a terrifying breath I let myself believe it meant something. But her eyes skittered away. Not out of fear. Out of habit. Something inside me twisted. The next morning felt wrong even before I opened my eyes. She moved quietly around the kitchen, too quietly, avoiding the creaky tile she usually stepped on without thinking. She handed me coffee like it was a peace offering she hoped I wouldn't question. Her fingers trembled. Or maybe mine did. "You working late again tonight?" she asked, too casually. I nodded slowly. "You?" A pause. Barely a second. But enough. "Yeah." A lie wrapped in softness. I watched her tuck a stray hair behind her ear, something she always did when she was hiding something, and a dull ache spread through my chest. I hated myself for noticing. I hated that noticing meant I cared. The entire day dragged like a weighted chain. Every earlier red flag replayed in my head, the late-night walks to clear her mind, the new password on her phone, the sudden distance she blamed on exhaustion, the way she'd started wearing perfume to bed again. Small things. Easy to rationalize. Easy to ignore when love begged you to. By the time I drove home, my hands were shaking on the steering wheel. Not because I wanted to catch her, God, no, but because I wanted to be wrong so badly it hurt. I wanted her voice last night to belong to someone harmless. A cousin. A friend. Anyone except who I knew deep down it was. But when I opened the front door, the truth met me immediately. A man's jacket hung beside mine. I stood there, staring at it, the scent of cologne drifting toward me in a way that made my stomach lurch. I didn't shout. Didn't storm up the stairs. I simply stood, every memory, good and bad, rushing over me like a tidal wave. Then footsteps. Whispered voices. The sound of two people trying to be quiet in a house that belonged to us. I walked out. Just like that. No confrontation. No scene. The cold air outside hit me hard, but it felt cleaner than the air inside had in months. I didn't look back. I made it halfway down the driveway before my phone buzzed. A message from her. "Wait. I need to tell you the truth before you hear it the wrong way." I stared at the screen, numb. Then another message appeared. "It started because I thought you didn't love me anymore, but it ended tonight." I told him it was over. He came to convince me otherwise. "Please, just come back inside." And there it was, the twist of the knife. She ended it. But she ended it too late. I turned off my phone. Stood there beneath the street lamp where her guilty glow had first betrayed her. The night was silent, but inside me, something finally broke free. I kept walking,